Hi there. In the previous video we have learned awk command in Unix. Now in this section we will be learning grep command in Unix. Now first of all let us try to understand that why we use grep command. So we use grep command to search for a particular pattern or to search for a string in a particular file. So let's suppose that you want to search for a particular string or for a particular pattern, and you know the file name, and sometimes you don't know the file name, sometimes you don't know the directory in which directory that my required file is kept, right? But you know the pattern, you know the string. So if you know the string and if you want to search for a particular string, so we can use a grep command and we can find that in which file that particular string is there, in which file that particular pattern is there. All right, we will be using employee underscore grep.txt file for our practical purpose. We'll also be learning grep command with the practical use cases. In my every video we always learn commands with some practical use cases, so that will be even more easy for all of you to understand that how we can use these commands practically. All right, so let us go with the first requirement. The first requirement is search for a given string in a particular file. I want to search for a string which is hr in the employee.txt file. So let us run this command. I have written all the command in this notepad file. I will give you this file also in the resources section. You can simply download that file and you can run these commands practically. Now let me clear my screen. Now what is the command? The command is grep. You have to give your pattern in the inverted quote itself, and then finally you have to give your file name. Now as I told you that we are using a file which is called employee underscore grep.txt. Let me take a listing, and here you can see that we have that file available over there, right? So we can use this file. I'll show you that file also, that which kind of data we have. If we have a similar kind of file that we were using in the previous command as well, we have employee number, name, surname, gender, age, region, designation, and their salary. So the similar kind of file we have been using in the other commands, the same file we are using over here as well. So let me type the command grep. I want to search for a string called hr, and then I will be giving my file name, that is employee underscore grep.txt. Now see, in the output terminal it is searching for a particular string hr, right? Now here one thing to understand over here, it is searching for that particular string, but it is searching for that particular string as a substring. Now if that word hr is coming in any of the word as a substring, so it is searching for that, right? So this is not a kind of practical thing, but in the later on requirement we will be using couple of more options, so that you know more practically how you can use grep we'll be seeing in the next requirement as well. So this was our first requirement, that I want to search for a particular string, then I can give grep and the string and the file name itself. All right, now what is our second requirement? The second requirement is that I want to search for a capital hr. Since you know the Unix is a case sensitive language, so specifically I want to search for capital hr word, right? So let us just type the command over here, grep. In the inverted quote I want to search for a capital hr, and then I can give my file name, that is employee underscore grep.txt. Now you can see that instead of searching for a small hr, it is searching for a word which is capital hr, right? Unix is a case sensitive language, and of course your values are also case sensitive. So that was our second requirement. I hope that is quite clear. Now what is our third requirement? The third requirement will be overcoming the first requirement, where you know we were searching for a string, but it was searching for that string as a substring. Now but here in the third requirement, I don't want to search my pattern as a substring. I want to search my pattern as a complete word. For that, if you want to search for a complete word, you have to use an option called -w. All right, so this will be the command. So let me type the command over here, grep -w, and I'm searching for a word which is Pavan, and my file name is employee underscore grep.txt. Let me press enter. Now see, it is searching for a word which is Pavan, right? But you can notice one thing, that it is only searching for a small case Pavan, right? It is not searching for any other cases, as you know that the Unix is a case sensitive language. So that was our third requirement, that if you want to search for a particular word, then you have to go for a -w option. All right. What is our fourth requirement? The fourth requirement is that we want to remove the case sensitivity. Now we have the capital Pavan also in our file, and we have the small Pavan also in our file. So I want to remove the case sensitivity from my file. If I give word Pavan, it should give me the capital Pavan as well, and along with that it should give me the small case Pavan also, right? So let us run this command. Let me clear my screen. So let us type the command over here. What will be the command? Grep -iw. I is for removing the case sensitivity and W is for searching for a word, right? Let me give my word, that is my pattern Pavan, and let me give the file name employee underscore grep.txt and press enter. Now you can notice that it is searching for a small case Pavan also, and it is searching for the capital case Pavan also. All right. So this is how you can remove the case sensitivity from your searching pattern, that is with the option of -i. All right. Now what is our fifth requirement? These all are the practical requirement that you can use in your practical projects if you're working on a Unix environment. All right. So the fifth requirement is that I want to search for a specific pattern, and I want to redirect my output into a separate file. So that is also a quite practical requirement, that I want to search for a pattern and I want to redirect that data into a separate file. All right. So we can use the last command. If you want to use the last command, you just simply press the arrow key. You will be seeing all the commands that you have used, all right, with the help of arrow key. Now this was the command that we have used last time, that we were searching for a pattern Pavan and we were removing the case sensitivity. Now if I want to redirect my data into a separate file, I can simply say pavan.txt. Pavan.txt is nothing but my file name. All right. Let me press enter, and all the data which contains string Pavan will be redirected to a file which is called pavan.txt. Let me take a listing, and you can see that there is a file available, pavan.txt. Let me open that file with the VI editor, and you can see only the rows, the data which contains Pavan, either capital case or Pavan case, that data has been redirected to this file which is pavan.txt. Let me come out of that file. So what is our next requirement? The next requirement is that I want to search for a specific word in my file, but I also want to print the line number. All right, that is also a quite practical requirement, that we want to see that pattern, but we want to see the line number also, in which line number that particular pattern is occurring, right? So for that you need to use -n option. Okay. So let me clear my screen and let me type the command over here. Grep -i to remove the case sensitivity. I want to search for a word and I want the line number as well. That is why we can use n option over here, and let me give the same pattern, that is Pavan inverted quote close, and let me give the file name, that is employee underscore grep.txt. File name can be anything. You can save your file with any name. Now you can see it is searching for that pattern which contains Pavan, and along with that at the left hand side it is giving you the line number also, that in your file at these line numbers this pattern is occurring. All right. It is also a very practical requirement. Sometimes you want to know that in which line number my pattern is occurring. Now what is our next requirement? The next requirement is that print all the lines in a given file which do not match the pattern. All right. For that you need to use the -v option. So my requirement is that except Pavan, we want to search all the other content, all the other lines in our file. All right. For that we'll be using -v option. So let us type the command grep -iw. V is for just accept that particular pattern. We want to see everything. Let me type Pavan over here and my file name. Now you can see that except the word Pavan, I am seeing every other employee's data. All right. Now if you want to redirect that output into a separate file, you can utilize the same command, and after that simply just you have to give the redirection symbol, and then you just simply give a file name. Let's suppose I say other data.txt. Now my data will be redirected into a separate file which is other data.txt. Let me take a listing over here, and you can see that file has been created. Now this file contains all the data except Pavan. I hope the requirement is quite clear. Now what is our next requirement? The next requirement is that we want to search for a pattern in all the directories and subdirectories recursively with a recursive option. What is that recursive option? The recursive option is -r. Now why we are using this recursive option? Because I know the pattern which we want to search, but we don't know the file name, and we also don't know the directory name, under which directory that particular file is kept, right? So that is a quite practical requirement, that I only know the pattern but I don't know the directory, and as well as I don't know the file name. So for that I'll be using the -r option, right? So that -r recursively will be searching in all the directories and subdirectories for your particular pattern, and after space and star I'm not giving any path or I'm not giving any file name, so it will search in all the files. All right, let us run this command. What will be the command? The command will be grep -irw. R is for searching recursively. I'm searching for a pattern called Pavan, and just simply give a space and give a star. Star means it will search in all the files. See how fastly Unix system have given you the output. Now it has searched recursively in all the directories and subdirectories, and it has given you the pattern. Let me explain you that here we have given the command, right? Now it is giving me this directory. First of all, it is giving me the directory, and then it is giving me that file name, that in this file that particular pattern is occurring. Okay, in this file the particular pattern is occurring. In this file also, this is our file that we are using, employee_grep.txt, and under this file this particular pattern is occurring. So this is very powerful in a practical requirement, that if you don't know the file name and the directory name, you can simply give a pattern with the grep command with the -r option. Recursively it will search, and finally you have to give a star so that it will search in all the files. All right, now what is our next requirement? The next requirement is that we know the pattern, for which pattern we are searching for, but we don't know the file name. But we also know that my file is kept into my current directory, or I know the directory, that in this directory my file is kept, but I don't know the file name, right? So instead of searching recursively in all the directories and subdirectory, if you know the directory but if you don't know the file name, then you can go for this command. What is the command? Grep -iw. Here we are not using R option, that we don't want to search recursively. After that I have to give my pattern, and then I have to specify my path, and then at last I'm giving a star. Star means it will search that particular pattern in all the files, but in this particular directory. All right, let us run this command. Let us revise the command. Grep -iw pattern, a path, and then after that there is a star. That means it will search in all the files. So it is giving us the output that in this particular directory these are the files where this particular pattern is occurring. All right, now what is our next requirement? The next requirement is search with a regular expression. Now let's be somewhat more advanced with the grep command, that if you want to search for a pattern, then you can utilize the regular expression, right? What are these regular expression? These are the regular expression that you can use. This is known as cap symbol, this is known as a dollar symbol, and there is one more regular expression that you can use while searching with the grep command, that is dot star. There is no space between dot and star. Now how this regular expression will help you in your searching? See what is written over here. It will search for the position of a given character. So if you want to search for a particular pattern as a position, right? So it will search for the position of that given character, right? Now what is that cap? It will search at the beginning of the line. That dollar, this regular expression, it will search at the end of the line. And what is the meaning of that dot star? The meaning of that dot star is that it will search for any character, right? I will show you an example practically so it will be easy for you to understand. Now what is our requirement? That we have a file employee underscore grep.txt. Let me show you that file one more time. Now in this file, if you see, there is a header. First line is in header, right? So in my output, I don't want this header. I only want the data in my output, right? So how we can do it? We can achieve this with many other ways, but this is also one of the way that we can use a grep command for completing this task. What will be the command? The command will be grep -iv. -i is to remove the case sensitivity, and I'm using an option called v. V means apart from this pattern, we want to search all the other data, right? Now in the inverted quote, I'm using a cap symbol, right? And I'm giving a pattern that is employee number. Now employee number was coming at the beginning of the line, at the beginning of the file. So that is what this cap symbol will do. It will search at the beginning of the line. So if it finds that particular pattern at the beginning of line, it will track that particular pattern, and after that I'm giving dot and a star. Now dot and a star means it will search for any character. Now after employee number, if anything is coming, it will search for that, right? And after that I'm giving salary and dollar symbol, dollar regular expression. Now dollar means it will search at the end of the line. Now we know that in our file that particular word salary is coming at the end of the line, right? So it will search for this particular pattern with the help of regular expression, and apart from this, with the help of -v, it will give all the data, right? And finally you have to give your file name, and you can redirect that data into a separate file. All right, this is how you can use this regular expression to be more advanced with the grep command, and this regular expression will enhance your search with the grep command. All right, let us run this command. Let me get out of that file. So this is the command. I'm using grep -iv, that regular expression characters along with the pattern, and after that we have a file name, and I'm redirecting my data into a separate file which is called only underscore data. Let me press enter. Now let's take a listing. You can see only underscore data file has been created. Let me open that file, and you can see the header is not available over there, right? So this is how you can search with the regular expression as well. I hope grep command is quite clear to you. Now in the next section, we will be learning find command in Unix. Find command is also one of the useful command in Unix. So keep on practicing. Thanks for watching. See you in the next section. Till then, happy learning.